Welcome to the Connected Growth Coaching Podcast, where we support women to rediscover who they are so they can thrive in all parts of their lives. Your hosts, Jen Heilman and Amanda Kingsley, share with you unique life coaching resources centered around the power of the mind and the ancient practice of Feng Shui. Let's do it.
All right. Hey, friends.
Welcome back to another fantastic week.
Yeah.
Of the Connected Growth Coaching Podcast.
Right? Yeah. Last day of 2018.
I think, I'm a little bit sad that we're wrapping up these Bagua interviews, and I'm actually going to go back and listen to them.
I know.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But that means with the sadness and the closure comes an entirely new and exciting 2019 podcast production.
So jazzed.
It's going to be really fun.
Yes! I love it. And I'm just so excited about 2019.
Really feels good.
Such a good feeling around 2019. 2018 was a little rugged for me. Rugged. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I know it was rugged for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know that I learned a lot. Let's just say I definitely learned a lot in 2018. There was a lot of transition, a lot of letting go. It was a big year.
Yeah.
It was definitely a big year. And I feel like 2019 is going to be like the release and fruition of
all of
many
this, right?
years work, which just feels really
so
good.
Yeah. I'm just excited about it,
Yeah.
right? I'm excited to just be more open and curious about what's going to happen, and just we're
gonna have to plan something really fun for our 1 year Connected Growth anniversary.
Oh my gosh,
because we started this journey in April, really. I mean, tiny bit in March, hey Jen, you want to do this thing? But it was really April we started building Connected Growth Coaching. So we're going to have to come up with some kind of fun 1 year anniversary.
Maybe we'll go to Bali for the month of April.
That's such a good idea.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Let's just do it.
We'll rent a villa and invite all our nearest and dearest.
Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just go by ourselves.
All right. That just took my breath away. Okay, so to wrap up these Bagua interviews, this is a place on the map that is kind of mysterious to a lot of people. It's often like hard to really identify in your home. But when you're looking at the Bagua map, we're talking about the health area this week, which is like the center of the map.
It's health and
so
well-being.
What's the deal?
Yeah.
Tell us the deal.
It's more about so when you think about well-being, right? You think about balance and, and health, right?
Yep.
But it's your emotional health, your spiritual health, your physical health, and it's all of the things. The health of your home, I would add in as being the Feng Shui expert, because everything always relates back to Feng Shui for me, but it's the overall balance of how everything communicates together, and whether that is open and flowing or if there's blocks. And so this center area is essentially the communication of all of those things. So if you go back and listen to the Bagua interviews, you'll notice that in most of them, we related, the knowledge and self-cultivation area is related to the love area, and the wealth area is related to the helpful people area. And so if you look across the Bagua map from one area and diagonally look across, there's always a complementary or a polar, opposite.
I think of it as collaborative.
Yes,
too.
Exactly.
They're like a collaboration between these two spaces.
Right. Yeah. They're like the yin and the yang. And so the center area is how where those things kind of come together and balance out, and how they communicate, and so having this area of your home open and flowing is really super important, right? Unfortunately, a lot of us have stairwells or, you know, chimneys, or like, just because of the nature of how homes are built, there's that center area can be a little congested, you know. So doing things like keeping those stairwells, you know, open and not cluttered with things that are, you know, I mean, we're looking at your stairwell.
I'm eyeing one dirty sock on my stairs right now. But what the heck with one dirty sock? Come on, mom's in the house.
I know.
Who's with me on the sock struggle?
I know, exactly. What the heck?
But yeah, I never, because, you know, our bedrooms are upstairs, which is probably the case for many, many people.
Mm-hmm.
When those stairs get piled up with like so-and-so's stack of laundry, so-and-so's art project, like, kids, take these to your room.
Right.
I do become like kind of a nutcase. Like,
right.
So annoying to me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably because it's like stopping communication
right.
in all of my Bagua.
Right, exactly. If we were in China, you know, where the Feng Shui was founded, a lot of the residents there have a courtyard right in the center of there, or in, you know, commercial buildings, they have a courtyard right in the center. And that's the purpose, is to keep it open and flowing and to keep the energy balanced and all that kind of stuff. So it is a really important area. It's not considered, you know, a specific gua, but it does have, you know, the importance of being able to, you know, have that open balance and well-being in your life. Really,
I've never really thought about this in terms of like, a lot of times, let's just say I'm struggling with something related to the family area, because that never happens, right, Jen? So a lot of times, as you've heard me say, I'll like, in my head, I'll say like, okay, I got to go over to creativity to loosen things up. But I have never taken that next step and gone like, okay, I'll go to creativity, loosen things up, but let me make sure there's a clear path between the two.
Right. Yeah.
I've never done that. Mm-hmm. So that's going to be that'll be my new, question to ask.
Yeah.
Like, if you're trying to tweak something or shift something or understand something between two interplaying areas of the Bagua map, like, I'm going to make sure that center area is like
what's
open.
going on there. Yeah, exactly. Like, is the communication open, and are you seeing how one is maybe affecting the other, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you can't see that connection, then or how one is pulling on the other, or you know, if you think about, just as an easy example, how the wealth area is related to the helpful people area. You know, if one area is missing, then you're pulling on the level of energy from the other area. So the other area is weakened as well. You know, so what can you do to bolster up, you know, that area to compensate for that pull, you know, and how is, you know, so yeah, it's a lot of, I know that's really complicated.
Well, I'm thinking about stairwells too, because I'm thinking about a lot of homes with those stairwells, because it's not just that main stairwell between like your first floor and your bedrooms, or, you know, first and second floor. There's that, like, often in the same lineup is the stairwell to the attic or the stairwell to the basement. Mm-hmm. And those can get really funky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
keeping that clear. So that's the big do in this area, is like clear.
Yes, exactly.
Clear
it out.
Clear.
Yeah. Even if you have, you know, oftentimes I'll hear, but it's a giant stairwell. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can't take the stairs out and open it up, but you can keep the stairwell clear and open. If you do have a giant stairwell or something that's blocking that area, you can represent the center of that Bagua by keeping the center of your desk cleared, or the center of your table cleared, or you know, something that keeps that open communication, making extra sure that, like, your kitchen counters are, you know, kept open and clear, so that, you know, there's other ways, or even the hallways in your house, you know. So just making that connection that way as well.
Yeah. Well, is there a color or any kind of?
Yeah, there is actually. Yeah, it's actually related more to the earth energy and the energy of the sun. So it's sun and earth energy in the center. And so golden tones are prevalent there, and earth tones are.
So where if I were to have a glass fruit bowl in the center of my table, it being yellow and orange is a good thing?
It's pretty good thing, as long as, right? And that's a very floaty fruit bowl. That thing is amazing. And yeah, just like the colorways, just making sure that there's
earthy.
There's nothing rotting in there, you know,
like those bananas that are on the edge.
Yeah, exactly. Fruit flies, you know, accumulating. So yeah, just those kinds of colors. Even like representing the actual earth, like with a piece of art that has the earth or the sun. You know, anything like that would be great.
I always think of health and balance and well-being in terms of like seasons, right? So there's like seasons in our balance and our well-being. And, you know, you have times that are stronger in one area than the other. And you're not always looking for balance and well-being like in every moment of every day. Right. It's more like, so I love that you're talking about like the earth and the cycles and the seasons and the fluid movement from one season to the next, right? And just like, oh, my telephone's ringing. That doesn't happen very often when we're recording. But that's, I always think of that like seasonal balance and health and well-being.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I love thinking about like the 5-element healing seasons and what organ systems are quiet and what are strong, and you know how that it affects your emotions. And it's just so amazing, you know, being able to tap into that energy and eating the right foods to support those systems and stuff. It's just a whole other layer of knowing on how to support yourself and keep yourself in balance and your well-being, you know, because I think a lot of times when you're, you know, especially in our modern world, we are striving for certain things at certain times, you know, so like it's really hard to have all of the pieces put together, right? You can be eating really well, you know, you could be like building a business like we're doing right now, you know, and like there's so much effort that goes into that, you know, and keeping that balanced. And so you might have to give up one of the other things that takes like a huge amount of your energy. And I'm not talking about like taking care of your kids or like, you know, paying the bills or, you know, that kind of thing. But you may have to, you know, tune down the fact that like if you're going after building this business right now, it might not be the right time to
train for a marathon.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was just gonna say. Train for a marathon, you know, like, so like pick your moments to go for those extreme things. And you can't keep everything, you know, on that extreme level. So yeah.
Cool. We're going to have so much fun next year.
I know. I'm so excited.
It's really exciting. It'll be our first full calendar year of the business.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Many people we're going to meet and connect with and support and be supported by. And
it's been an amazing journey so far. And so I just so excited moving forward. With, you know, it was such an amazing journey with all of the challenges that we had going on in the background of our lives, you know, so just moving forward, it just feels so amazing that we were able to push through certain things, and not that we won't have challenges moving forward. I know that I'm very in touch with reality, but we've had good practice, just balancing each other and focusing on what's most important and keeping momentum. Like we really haven't had like, a whole week went by and we did nothing for a business. Yeah, that's not happened. Like we really, we push each other figured out really good way. That balance of strength. And
going to be really, really fun.
Yeah, I would highly recommend, if anybody is thinking about entrepreneurship, if you have a way to bring someone else in that feels balanced and good, that this has been an amazing model for what is possible within a partnership that really just, it's been
and I think there's some people who work really well on their own because they don't want to deal with someone else's opinion or factor in someone else's schedule, and then there's other people who've tried that and it doesn't work. And like for Jen and I, we both needed that second energy. Like it just has been transformative to have that support and encouragement and creativity, and just it's been total game changer to work together.
Absolutely.
So if you have been at entrepreneurship for a while and are struggling with the isolation or the confusion or the lack of momentum, give us a shout out, because this partnership thing has been amazing, and we can, encourage you to find your power person.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
All
right, little break. Come on back.
Sounds
do some
good.
journaling for the new year.
Sure, yeah. All right.
Fun. Let's face it, no two lives are the same, and there are no one-size-fits-all tips and tricks. We love connecting with you on the podcast, but remember that if you want game-changing results, one-on-one coaching is where it's at. You can access our programs at connectedgrowthcoaching.com, and we will walk you through the unique circumstances that arise in your life and your home. All right. Closing out the year.
Wow.
Woo! All right, get those pens and papers. In terms of your mind and your thoughts and your internal journey around health and well-being and balance, I would just encourage you to lay out what are the parts of your health and well-being. What are they? So there's your physical body, there's your spiritual journey, there's your financial health, there's your social and emotional health. And kind of look back at 2018 and go, where was the balance off kilter, right? What was missing? What could have been nourished differently in your well-being? And then thinking about 2019, how can you bring those seasons and cycles into more balance, right? Maybe you did have a year that was intensely focused on your business, or intensely focused on your family's well-being through some kind of health experience or developmental milestone or transformation or move. Kind of look at what 2018, where it was and was not in or out of balance. And then moving into 2019, where does your focus need to go in order to maintain a clearer picture of well-being?
Yeah.
I think it's that simple,
right?
Let's do some reflection.
Yeah.
And do some visioning, and then maybe jot down just a couple action steps. I really do want to, I'm going to say the classic one would be nutrition and exercise. Those are the big New Year's resolutions.
Right.
If you're going to go there, I would encourage you to take it a step further and ask yourself, what is it that gets in the way? What is the hurdle between me and healthy eating? What is the hurdle between me and exercise? Because if you just set a goal to eat better or lose weight or exercise without looking at what stopped you every other time you set that goal, you're going to hit the same goal. You're going to hit the same hurdle, and you're not going to get around it again. So take it a step further and go, this time it's going to look different because what's the feeling you're wanting to achieve, and what's the feeling that's in your way, right? And just kind of look a little deeper at that health and well-being picture before you set sort of the standard New Year's resolutions around health and well-being, and ask for support, you know, because these journeys are not meant to be taken alone.
Yeah, so true.
So you're going to need a lot of helpful people in the balance of your health and well-being, and you're going to need to really take a deeper, more purposeful look at your life.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah. Let's close it out.
All right.
Get ready for an amazing new year.
Yay!
Party! Everyone be safe. Have fun.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you next year.
All right.
As always, thanks for listening. If you learned something today that can help the people in your circle, please help us get the word out by sharing. When you leave us a rating and review on iTunes, it not only warms our hearts, but it helps people find us. We are eternally grateful for your support, and we're looking forward to connecting with you next week. Until then, you can find the show notes at www.connectedgrowthcoaching.com. You can grab your journal and then get your shui on.